So jokes, especially shared, increase social cohesion. So these are many scientists, many researchers, many doctors found out today that our humor can relieve our stress. So that's it. Smile, laugh very often. So the next one is nutrition services. This is integration of nutritious, affordable, and appealing meals, nutrition education, and an environment that promotes healthy eating behaviors for all children. So this is designed to maximize each child's education and health potential for a lifetime. So in developed countries like US or Europe, they tend to give free breakfast to the students to start a day, because many students are now did not get their breakfast. So this can kind of help their education in school if they are hungry, right, teachers? So food insufficient children ages 6 to 11 are more likely to receive lower math scores, repeat a grade, visit a psychologist, have difficulty getting along with other children. So food insufficient teens ages 12 to 16 are more likely to visit a psychologist, be suspended from school, have difficulty getting along with others, have no friends. So the next one is the healthy school environment. So this is the physical, emotional, and social climate of the school. So this is designed to provide a safe physical plant as well as a healthy and supportive environment that fosters learning. So administrators, principals, we have a big responsibility not only inside the school, but also the surrounded area of the school. So remember our proper waste disposal, our safety drinking water, our security, our maintenance of the building. So we must be responsible for that, not only inside, but also the surrounded area of the school. I have remembered my high school days. We have Girl Scouts, we have camp in other schools. So this school is at the back of the school. You know, in the province, we have so many sugar canes and that. So when they harvest that, the remaining leaves, they burn it. So the ash, the dust are getting along with the school. So always remember, our students, most of them suffered from asthma, cough, or allergies. So we must be responsible for them. So students who develop positive affiliation of social bonding with school are more likely to remain academically engaged, so less likely to be involved with misconduct at school. So these are the last slide. School site health promotion for staff. So assessment, education, and fitness activities for faculty and staff. So this is designed to maintain and improve the health and well-being of school staff who serve as our role models for children. So we as educators, teachers, we must first apply what we have learned to ourselves before giving them to our children. We must physically fit first, because we are a role model for our children, for our students in school. So teachers who participated in a health promotion program focusing on exercise, stress management, and nutrition reported increased participation in exercise and lower weight. So better ability to handle job stress and a higher level of general well-being. So students benefit from having healthy teachers because teachers are more energetic. Teachers are absent less often. and the school climate is more optimistic if the school staff are energetic also. So what does this all mean? So coordinated school health programs can impact students' academic achievement and increase healthy behaviors. Coordinated school health programs empower students with the knowledge, skills, and judgment to help them make smart choices in life. So coordinated school health program, healthy children make better students, and better students make healthy communities. So that's the end of presentation. Thank you. So you have any questions, just feel free to start. Okay.
The last? Okay. You have a very interesting presentation. All the slides that you read is very interesting. But the last part, actually, there are lots of questions that I wanted to bring on, but I have insights on this. All you have mentioned actually is so hard or difficult to implement. Okay, in my experience, what we learn in the classroom is actually does not always apply in the how do they call that, and what is going on in the school. Because right now I'm working as a outsourced school administrator, and I feel so frustrated because I've learned a lot. If you have knowledge and you cannot share it, because there are lots of factors that you cannot just share it. There are like the cultural thing and there are just many things that you have to respect them. But you cannot, for example here, Thai kids are being fed with processed food, lots of MSG. And we know that MSG is very damaging to your brain. So it's not surprising that kids in the classroom are just so, I mean, they don't reason out. So it was a concern for me, but it's not a concern for them. And parents, you cannot just tell them how they should feed their kids. And the last part is, I have a lot, but this is the last part. You mentioned healthy teacher encourage healthy students. What are those obese teachers? I'm sorry, I'm not against those people, but you bring this up and I am bringing this up. How can we tell those teachers that are overweight? No, I'm sorry. I'm not bringing this up to hit you or someone, but you we're the teacher. You mentioned we're the teacher, we're the model. If we are overweight, can we tell our kids, don't eat too much because it will cause you overweight? And say, teacher, look at yourself. So where will be the education begin? Education? Yes. You said connected education to health. Who should be the first one to be educated with this thing?
Of course, the teachers, ma'am. So we need first to know, to motivate ourselves to do that before we're going to implement that to schools or to the environment around us. So we need also to educate ourselves as teachers to engage those exercise, to engage those food selection and other things that can make us, to help us. So Dr. Sakari, can you add?
Okay, I think if we can listen more, it will be a blessing to all of us. This is a very important topic. We may feel like we're not concerned, but we may have a relative who has the obesity problem. May have a friend, a close friend who has this. And I think it would be for the benefit of all of us if we can listen. If you want any intervention, just raise your hand. We'll make sure that you get your time. But I want to come back to your question. Did you say you are an administrator?
Outsourced.
Okay. If you are an administrator, then you are in a very good position to help the teachers, right?
Even if you're an administrator or you don't own the school, you don't have the say. It's different here from where I was from.
Okay.
It's cultural, like I mentioned. It's cultural thing.
Well, it may be also in some cultures, actually culture, that's my field of research, and whenever you say that word, it's like, you get me excited. There are some cultures, big is beautiful. In the Philippines, for example, slim is beautiful to the extent that some people actually go into an extreme and they get into medical conditions. We all know that, especially in the Philippines. I've seen a lot of cases like that. As an administrator, if you were given all the power, unfortunately you say in your case they don't, but if you were, something, I will share with you something that I worked with us. I was teaching in a high school in Arizona. They gave an incentive, $200 every month. If you exercise a number of times every week as a teacher. If you did not, you will forfeit the $200. And guess what? People love money. They love the shadow, as Pastor Christian was talking about. They love the shadow. We were exercising. I think I'm not too bad. Right? It worked. Because the reason why they created that, when you look at the face value, it's like $200 for each teacher, each faculty, each staff member. That's a lot of money. Guess what? It is still cheaper than paying the health insurance. Because if they are exercising, they will most likely get less sick, and therefore you don't spend money sending people to hospital. Even if there's health insurance, usually it does not cover 100%. There will always be at least 25% that the school will end up paying. So this might be something you can present a case to the board, since you're an administrator, and say, listen, we can actually save money in the long run, not within a week. This will need to go on for months or even years before you start seeing results. And this is how we can do it and cut down on spending on health insurance, on paying bills. We are going to invest in giving people an incentive. In fact, what they did for us, they paid membership for us at the gym. And we had to give the report. When you're going to claim the $200, you had to come with the report from the gym to show, yes, it's been here 10 times. It worked. It worked. Is it the only thing that will work? Definitely not. But it's one of the possibilities some people have tried.
What we're talking is very applicable in our institution as Adventists, because we are very health conscious people, and we know that our body is a temple of the Holy Spirit, and we really have to take care of it. But those people who believe in a different way, or in their way around, it's so difficult to tell them. It takes time, and we know that change does not happen overnight. It takes change. That's why I mentioned that I'm kind of frustrated, although we don't have always, overweight teacher. I'm talking about general because we are sharing here. But what I mean is, it's easy, really, it's easy to say. But when my frustration is building up because I see it like every day, and then I couldn't do anything. So how? Like, the lecture is so easy, but it's so difficult when you are not the center of spotlight to ask for everything.
That is the reason why maybe I was seeing Dr. Safari in the gym more often than any of his day, and I asked. Now I understand why. I would like to turn the tide on my sister, okay, here. Now, you're in a very good position. When schools, universities take you as the outsourced administrator, that means to say that they have faith in you. They believe in you. And so my challenge to you this afternoon is that you build on your presentations. Build on the research, the studies that we have a lot. We've got a lot of studies anywhere. And if you can build on one, anything that you will tell them, it will be just like a gold mine that you will follow. Okay? They will follow. It's because when they get you, that means to say that they wanted something new, okay? Something new from the research. And I believe that there's a reason for this program that we have today. This is trying to awaken us, enlighten us into how we as Seventh-day Adventists can influence others with regards to the teachings of God. Okay? I believe being in the public health that it is not hard. It is easy, quite easy to influence people as long as we have the proofs, the evidence. Okay? So take my challenge this season, and you're going to be getting a lot of invitations as an outsourced administrator, and we'll be making a lot of money out of this one. Okay? Yeah, I'm sure.
I just want to add one little thing. Something else, two things. When Obama became president, one of the things that his wife immediately launched was to remove the junk food out of schools. And immediately some businesses started invented things that will create fresh carrots instead of all this junk food. And people, because it was coming from the First Lady, they embraced it in public schools. I think personally, with God's help, that it's really a lot. You have more chances to succeed when you're in an administrative position than a teacher who's trying to bring change in the whole school. And I think, second thing, I said I will agree with you too. The second thing would be, health is a topic that everybody's interested in. As an administrator, why don't you organize a weekend of health talks, where people will look seriously at the negative effects of obesity, for example. And you have different programs. You may include, I'm sure we have some nurses here. You may include some nurses who are going to give free tests for cholesterol and everything, and show, for example, what he was telling us, that his cholesterol was 159, and he was like, oh, I'm going to die. And later on, he changed his diet, and it went down. Talking about specific stories like this in workshops that will last for like 1 weekend, I'm sure at the end of the weekend we may have some positive result, especially invite the board to be part of this. They may start thinking differently. Is it going to change overnight? No. I agree with you. No. But are we going to quit simply because it cannot change overnight? No. We need to keep trying. And Mr. E.N.D.U.R.E has another intervention.
I've lived here when I was a kid, and so I know the culture, and I understand where you're coming from. And doing business here in Thailand and doing international business, it's quite different than America, where you go, hey, I need this. They'll send you a PO, and you'll pay for it, and it comes. That's quick. That's what we want to have happen. Here in Asia, it's always a face-to-face interaction, and it's always a power trip, and taking care of everybody's feelings about how the business is going. Like, you've got to stroke egos, you've got to follow a certain set of protocols, which I have observed that does happen in this culture. Malaysia, like, do business in Pakistan, all over the Southeast Asia, for sure there is a protocol.
And here, the school does not talk about students' health or whatever, it talks about money. It's about money.
Well, in businesses, it's always about money. The health of a business is the cash flow of money. And in Thai culture, there's a different way to incentivize people. The way that Adventists talk, it's more of the negative, like, oh, because of you'll have this health risk, and you'll have this, you should do this. In marketing, it's survival, right? If you put something for, if you could give somebody a product and it's only for their survival, they will buy it, regardless of what it is. In this culture, it's different, where, in my opinion, their incentivization is coming from the TV, where they want to be beautiful, skinny, and light-skinned. So maybe using the health principles, say, hey, we gotta use vanity or something as a tool to go, hey, by doing these things, this can work for you to become skinny, healthy, have a good complexion, whatever it takes.
Eating chicken every day will not make anyone skinny.